Hi there guys, what is going on today? It is I, Azure here, and welcome to my showcase of Morrigan from the Darkstalkers series and Rivals of Aether. If you guys enjoy this little workshop character showcase from me, and would love to check out this seductive vampiress for yourself then as well and see what she can really do when you have the power of the night in your own hands, then be sure to head down below to the good old trusty description box to be redirected to the Steam Workshop page, so that way you too can cast a spell here on your foes and lure them to their doom as Morrigan, the ever surprising and always mesmerizing vampiress here. I really do feel like this series deserves a revival of some kind in some way, shape, or form, and really should be brought back to some capacity. So come on Capcom, where's a new Darkstalkers game at? Maybe in another 5 to 10 years we'll get one. We have Morrigan duking out against Hazenko and also Felicia in a no-holds-barred battle to the death here. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead though and get our first match with Morrigan all underway. Let the showdown begin. Now then, why don't we see what Morrigan's moveset is all about here and what it entails. Shall we, guys? So that was her neutral special there, known as Soul Fist. And she is also, just as a quick fact here as we get this underway, Morrigan's also very fast. Very, very fast, to be precise. Okay, yeah, so that is one way in which you can try and not use it, as you would go flying off the stage here and seemingly into your own doom. That's never fun now, is it? That move is a little bit risky here, but you have to be careful in the ways in which you apply it to battle here. So then, why don't we go ahead and try out her down special a while, which summons a handy little group of bats to help us out in our fight to reclaim the night and prove that it is more powerful than the daytime here. So far, though, I'm really loving Morrigan. And no, not just for her costume or her history, but for the way that she plays in this game. And also the way in which she handles as well. I can't help but find her absolutely mesmerizing. The way she just flips and soars over the stage here with absolute, and I mean absolute ease. It's really something. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and get this battle all finished here and put our opponents to rest, where they belong. Oh yeah, and also her up special as well. There's like a little, short little uppercut here. So with all that in mind, I feel like Morrigan is a very interesting character here. And I really hope that in the future, though, we can get more Darkstalkers characters that are hopefully made for Rivals of Aether here. And it looks like that's game. That chalks up our first win here with Morrigan, the Vampiress of the Night. So then, with that being said there, why don't we go ahead, though, and get our second battle with her underway. And try out one of her alternate costumes here from the Darkstalkers series as well, so that we can take another bite out of the day here and reclaim the night. Yeah, I really like this red one here. I know this is one of her most infamous alternate costumes in all of the other post-Darkstalkers games, such as the crossovers with Marvel vs. Capcom, and also, let's not forget, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. That's one of my personal favorite fighting games from over the years gone by here. On top of that, I'd say Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, while it has a lot more flaws than previous entries in the series, it's still a decent fighting game at its core for what it is. But is it my go-to? Heck no. I'd much rather go with Marvel vs. Capcom or Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, I'd say probably. Just because of the way it encapsulates each individual character's series in a much more faithful way. So perhaps one day I'll check out Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and give it another go after so many years of it being laying dormant in my library here. But who knows? Also as well, I was just recently looking through and noticed that while Street Fighter 6 just came out, I couldn't help but notice the very obscure title known as Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which is really saying something there. I've always wanted a sequel to that game in the Tekken style, with it being primarily, you know, more 3D than 2D-esque. So maybe we'll get one of those one day after Tekken 8, I don't know. With that on the horizon as well, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see in due time if our wishes become a true reality. I mean, come on, if it can happen for Budokai Tenkaichi 4 for the Dragon Ball Z games, then I don't see any reason why it can't happen for other series as well. As long as the fan support is there and the developers are on board, hey, let's make it happen. Now then, though, why don't we finish off Felicia here and show her who's boss. Sweet dreams, Felicia. And that's just a mere taste of the power of the night. Alrighty then. So that chalks up our second win here with Morrigan, Vampiress of the Night, as we are on an absolute unstoppable path here of domination, with any foes in our way seemingly succumbing to our seductive powers and abilities, as they are unable to resist our charm and style. With that in mind, let's go ahead now and get our third battle with Morrigan all set up and ready to rumble, as we duke it out once again on the casino rooftops. Let's go. So I really feel like this time now I have a much better grasp on Morrigan and her moveset here, since she is a very, very interesting fighter, to say the least here. I honestly wasn't too sure, though, how she was going to play in all regards, but with what I've been seeing here and experiencing with testing her out, I really have to say that she's incredibly fun, and is also very quick on her feet. But with that speed, though, does come a price. A sort of steep price, to say the least. In that, if I get launched here off either side of the stage, I'm most likely going to die and lose a life here. So, yeah, with that in mind, it's not too big of a drawback, but I really feel like, though, you have to be a sort of rushdown type character, or just know that you can use the stage to your advantage to help your opponent and knock them off. So yeah, just like that with Felicia, it really depends on your strategy and what you're gonna do. So right there, I almost just fell off because, well, flew off more specifically, because with her side special move here, this booster jet move, yeah, that's very, very fast. The uppercut's also good, but I feel like it's not really all that reliable. Like, it's good if I'm in a corner probably with an opponent, but see, right there, it worked. It paid off. And we sent Hazenko packing, as we took all her lunch money and helped her to embrace the power of the night. But now it's just us and Felicia here dancing away amongst the stars. Doesn't look like you're going anywhere anytime soon. Why don't you rest? Ooh, that one looks like it hurt a little bit. Aw, man. Let's try and do like a little combo there with the bats and chain it into her up special there. Looks like it's lights out for you, Felicia. And that'll just about do it for that battle there, wrapping up our third victory here with Morrigan, Vampiress of the Nighttime. As we have helped our two foes here to embrace the darkness once again. So then, like I said, why don't we go ahead once again here though, guys, together and try out Morrigan in a different costume. And this time really see if we've got what it takes to dominate our opponents here and help them to embrace the night once and for all, and show them what the power of a real vampire looks like in action. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead a while and get our fourth battle with Morrigan underway. So far, I'd say we're doing a pretty darn good job here at keeping our opponents at bay. Perhaps they embraced the night a little too hard there. Ouch, that's gonna hurt in the morning. Yeah, look at this. We're just taking everybody to the cleaners here now. Also, I just realized that, funny enough, that the uppercut move here for Morrigan's up special is actually, I believe, a reference to the Street Fighter series with Ryu's Shoryuken uppercut move that originated from the Street Fighter series. I feel like if that is true, and that is the case there, that's very, 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 very cool. A nice little callback, if you will, as we help our foes here embrace the power of the night with our mighty Vampiress and her seductive powers. As we help our foes out with embracing the power of darkness. Come on, let's see what you got. Okay, maybe not that much, but it's not exactly what I meant. No more playing around though now. That's what I'm talking about. Now, why don't we end this battle? And that's how you do it right there. All hail the Vampiress of the Night. On that very alluring note there, you could say. This will just about do it though for things here on my end, and wrap up my showcase featuring Morrigan from the Darkstalkers series. If you all have enjoyed this video from me and would love to see even more, then be sure to check out my Rivals of Aether workshop playlist in addition. And be sure to let me know what you thought about this video down below in the comment section. Well, until my next video when we all meet again, I've been your host for today, Azure, and I am signing out. But until next time when we meet again, I hope you guys all have a great day, and take care. See you all next time. Later, guys.